I have no truck with the corpus. The greatest damage done by avarice for the sake of avarice is precisely that it, without remorse or relent, demonstrates the easy sale of men and women who lend their bodies, their intellects, their voice to ends in which they themselves do not believe. The temple of profit is an ideology that teaches one thing only, that all creations of the mind, words, images, and ideas are meaningless. And that is how you keep people beaten. By starving them not only of models of something better, but draining them of wholesome inspiration, denying them examples of a higher way of being, and sapping them of any belief that they can achieve it. To be blunt, to hell with the corpus! Although there was one corpus, a singular man, for whom I make a singular exception. His name was Sigor Sava. I was a younger man then, an assistant to the efforts of morphology specialist Sigor Sava, though I don't think he ever knew my name. Morphology specialist Sava's job was to catalogue and assess whatever life forms, dead or alive, were uncovered as Venus sprang back to life. That man sacrificed everything, career, future, perhaps even his life, to save a covet, if you can believe that. I know, because I helped him. No, he never knew that either. The covet, specimen VK7, had been tracked to her lair and was to be destroyed. Sigor prevented that at the cost of his liberty and was soon to lose his life. Coward that I was, I told myself there was nothing I could do. Then she was there, VK7, in front of my hab, waiting, looking at me with more intelligence than any coward should have. And she dropped keys at my feet. The keys to the security center. It was I who opened the door to Sigor's cell, who watched as VK7 dispatched Sigor's would-be executioner, a corpus I had often worked with in Reclamation 3. It was I who ensured one cargo pod in particular was replotted to intercept an outbound Solaris rail tractor. It was I who sealed multiple bulkheads to stem the flow of troopers, meaning to end them both. Why did I do it? I remember Sigor best this way. He puts down an instrument, respects me enough to look me in the eye, and he tells me, "Every living thing longs to be whole. Every living thing yearns to defy death. If from death you returned, yet the part you loved best did not, what then?" That was the last thing he ever said to me. That is why I helped him. In saving that animal, Sigor Sava had saved himself. How many of us can say that? I was not about to stand by and let the corpus steal from him the one thing that was truly his. To a flaming hell with the bloody corpus. Cetus, is where Sigurd went. The plains. His story is out there, if you want to hear it. To this day, I hope he is, too.
In this life, a person has to find that which is more important than themselves. The Orb Valis died a long time ago. It should not exist. But here it is. It has a second chance. If that's not hope, then what is? I respect anything that fights its way back from death. The sculptor sees the shape within the rock. Their skill lies in removing anything that is not that shape, delivering something beautiful and lasting into the world. I was a sculptor of sorts, modest. My task was the considered removal of those who obscured the shape of what we wanted to be. With their deletion, a just society came into clearer focus. Small actions lead to powerful outcomes. One example, a young man is repoed, and Yudico resurrects the resistance. Wise conservation is all about understanding patterns, cause and effect. When orchestrating change in an ecosystem, ask, how will the system reconfigure in response to the new species? New forests? Redirected rivers? Diverse and beneficial new breeds? It is all connected. It was Legs' punishment that inspired Yudico to resurrect Solaris United. Lean and wise. It's time for that hungry, furious wolf to enter the woods, for the corpus to receive a selective and beneficial extinction. A small price to pay. A young man's body, an old man's soul.
Used to be every time an old love ended and a new one began, friends would say, "You seem so much happier now." And I'd smile and I'd agree, and then I'd go back to my hub and say your name, just to feel it on my lips again. Like summoning a ghost. We met in unspoken agreement. You called me by the name of the one who'd hurt you. My name for you was the name of the one who had wounded me. We played the part for each other. When I spoke for them. Through you, I told the one who had wounded me all the little things I never had a chance to. Cooked them all the meals I never got to share. Made all the jokes. Laughed all the laughs. With them through you, and you with yours through me. Then, one day, you called me by my own name, and we never looked back. There's a dream I have every now and then. You are you in your own first body, and I am there in mine. I stand on the shore, you stand in the sea. I watch as the waves roll in, but never break against your back. They whisper right through you, and you fade away from me, again. I still have your glove, just the one, the only thing I have left of you. In quiet moments I lay it on my lap, lace my fingers through yours, and make promises. I promised that what happened to you would never happen to another. Promises I couldn't keep. I sold my arms to buy you an arm. I sold my legs to buy you a leg. I sold my lungs, my bones, my heart to buy a safe place to cradle your beautiful head. I bought you back from them. I bought you back to me. You in the body I had bought for you, me in the body I had earned to replace the one I sold. But you weren't you. Not anymore. Sat so long on the taxman's shelf, we barely knew who you were. And you certainly didn't know me. The goodbyes I'd said decades earlier, they stuck. These days you work the canal with few memories of who you were. And I'm in the business of keeping promises.
Feel the weight of what we owe. It's the song of sons and daughters. Hide the heart of who we are. Make